Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. when Shalom, it's soothing, soothes the nerves. It's not just the words, it's also the voices, the melody, the tone. It's very mahogany, and I see a rich golden light. It has the name of God, Yahwéh, mentioned in it, empowering the song as well as the healing mantra that Moses said, El Na Rifan Allah. And we discussed the notion of healing, on how it's 360, everything, our minds, our body, our societies, our environment, everything that encompasses this world. We discussed it about 5 weeks ago, if you missed it. The Shalom, peace, is a completeness. There is no loose ends. It's whole. Everything connected at 100%. Without something missing. 100%, not 94. It's the wholeness of God. The wholeness of perfection, and in absolute terms, it's the wholeness of perfection before there was perfection or even wholeness. It's the very embodiment of God before there was the name God. The Aleph. The nectar of the Shalom. The essence of what God is. That's not nameable. That's not describable. That's not conceivable. Something we can't understand with our minds because it's too expansive. It's too wide. We can't even conceive what Shalom really is, what our nature really is, what God's nature really is. We're within time, we're within density, we're within polarities. When we have prayers of healing, prayers that soothe us, prayers of Shalom, we're able to connect to something like that. We're able to be in touch with something that is hard to name, something that is beyond ourselves. and it could be very healing. Ultimately, the whole path is that of healing, of showing up against obstacles, things that can throw you off, things that keep you from following through, things that make you have to push through in order to do what you feel you ought to do, things that you need to do for others, showing up with your best self in spite of everything. Trying to think of a different words for in spite of. It's a complicated English word. To show up, even though there's so many things that would keep you from showing up. So it's in spite of those things. Yeah. Ultimately, Shalom is healing. Our practice is to heal. When we heal, we naturally attain. We naturally receive. We naturally reach those things we wish to reach. That is beyond ourselves. Greater connection with God. Well, beyond ourselves, where we are at now. The improvements we wish, the growth we wish. And I'm discussing about spiritual, emotional, psychological. And, it could also be worldly. When we do our practices, it addresses everything at once. Just doing yoga and stretching, not even yoga, just doing your stretches for an hour, hour and 15, hour and 30, just listening to the song. For me, it's El Narifan Allah. It's deeply healing. It soothes the nerves, helps me relax my body as I stretch. I even start falling asleep in difficult postures. The rest, the relief of the flow of energy is such that I want to sleep. I so relax in difficult, challenging postures that I don't feel the strain anymore. That flow of energy heals our bodies and heals our mind, or at the very least resets us a little bit. Helps us to touch in more with the Shalom, with God, with Yahwéh, than we were before we started that practice, or before we went on the elliptical, or before we went on that hike or that swim or that walk, or before we heard the music. It helps bring us back so we're not thrown off as much. So we reclaim ourselves, our energy, maybe even our hope. We gain our seat. We gain balance on our horse as we walk, or gallop, or trot, keep the analogy going, through life. Trying to find the image here. Found it. Let's move it here. There are obstacles, and we get thrown off our saddle. The practices we learn could be different things for different people, that we gain our equilibrium, our source of strength. Connection with God that could be weakened, that is